All of West Virginia's schools are closed once again now, of the 7th day of this ongoing strike, as negotiations continue into a number of different issues affecting the teachers there in West Virginia. Also teachers around the country, but in West Virginia they're fighting back right now. Issues like low pay and especially rising insurance costs there. Now, we thought briefly yesterday that there was a deal, but it didn't actually go through. Earlier this week, the governor announced a plan to raise teachers' salaries by 5%. And state union leaders said teachers would return to work yesterday, but teachers across the state have refused, saying they will not return until the state legislature completes the deal, and counties across the state have kept schools closed. And turns out the teachers, they actually knew something there, because the deal didn't go through. The state Senate's Republican majority refused Thursday to take up legislation to give them that 5% raise after 4 years without any raise whatsoever. But at least to their credit, the House had actually passed it. So look, if they'd gone back yesterday to school, they wouldn't have actually gotten the raise, and then there would have been no pressure anymore to do the raise. So thankfully they stuck to their guns, and the strike continues. Now at this point, the strike is leaving 250,000 children out of school, but students are planning to show support. There's a student-led protest in Charleston, actually right about now, considering the times it might have already happened. But the students are thankfully standing with their teachers.
So a lot of the Republican ideology is, I help incredibly rich people, and at some point it trickles down on you. What the teachers are saying is, one, I haven't seen it. Two, how about you just help me? Like, you have this grand plan of like, I'll give all the money to the rich and you might get a little piece of it. They're like, look, we're not asking for all the money. We haven't gotten a raise in 4 years. Can we just get a 5% raise after 4 years? And I love that they didn't buy into what the people in power told them. The governor of West Virginia is not to be trusted at all. Governor Justice switched from Democrat to Republican for political expedience, but either way, he'd always served his corporate donors and not the people. And then he made a deal with the unions, and even the unions said, okay, now it's okay, go back to work, everybody, right? Everything's gonna be fine. And the House passed it. And the teachers had an inkling, as John pointed out, that was right. They're like, maybe these scumbags who've been lying to us our entire lives are lying to us again this time. And it turns out they were right, they were lying. And the Senate scuttled the deal. I don't know if that's the agreement that they had all along. Like, oh, hey, Republicans in the House, go ahead, pass it 98-1, and the Democrats vote with it too. And then when they go back to work, the suckers will just have the Senate kill it. So no, stay on strike. I love this. People of West Virginia, man, I know you're voting Republican because they told you that that if you don't, you're gonna lose your job and everything's gonna go bad. A lot of you have already lost your job, and you've already lost the raises, and the wages are already miserable. It's not too much to ask for to fight back for you instead of the people at the very top.
And the reason that they're insisting on this 5% is because the pay raise that they had been given didn't cover the increase in their healthcare costs, which is the state healthcare that they've been receiving. So they would be actually getting less money because they're paying more for their healthcare. And I think West Virginia ranks around 48th out of 50th in the country in terms of teacher salaries. So they're really, really low down there. Another state which is in, I think, the bottom 5 is Oklahoma. And there have been reports that some counties have moved to 4-day school weeks because teachers, are taking second jobs at Walmart because they just can't afford it. So let this be a lesson. I mean, I just want to bring it back to at least some positive messaging. If Democrats stick to single payer, this will resonate in places like West Virginia because they say, hey, look, I can't even if I get a little raise, it's not going to cover my health care. I'm going to be making less money than I did before this health insurance kept going up and up and up. So the reason they're sticking to 5% is so that they can actually get a raise. That's how they will get a raise with the healthcare costs going up.
And I think even the most important, and of course, I totally believe in Medicare for all, but I think the most important thing to campaign on is higher wages for you. Not for the rich, and then maybe they share it with you. No, higher wages for you, okay? It's not too much to ask for. And in West Virginia, like for example, Paula Jean Swearingen, who's a Just Democrat, running on, yes, this healthcare costs are out of control, we should do Medicare for all, Medicare works, let us in, but also higher wages for the average person, and it's not too much to ask for to have a job and not to have your streams poisoned. Like the Republicans in West Virginia have captured the state in a way, and they've created Stockholm syndrome. Like, oh no, my abuser has my best interest in mind, and if I don't do what my abuser says, they'll take whatever little amount I have away. Why does West Virginia have to be so poor? Why do your teachers have to get paid the worst? That's not a fact. It's not something that has to happen. It's a thing that was created by the decisions made by the politicians in your state. So why don't you throw the bums out?
Yeah. Now, what's great there is that you see the House went for it, although as we know, maybe they didn't actually mean it. The Senate didn't go for it, but there's a convenient sort of out that miraculously happens this year. It actually happens frequently. It turns out that all 100 seats in the House in West Virginia are up for election this year, along with half the 34 seats in the Senate. And teachers are saying that they're going to pay attention to how people vote, and then they will vote accordingly.
Yeah, you think this will be an election? This might be an election issue, don't you think?
Yeah, possibly. Might be. How many people have kids? Come on.
Yeah, look, I mentioned the Just Democrats and Paula Jean Swearengin in West Virginia running against a Democrat, Joe Manchin, corporate Democrat, is one of them. Because they don't take corporate PAC money, so you know that they serve you and not their donors. So that the reason we can't trust any of these politicians, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, is because they keep taking that corporate money. And then lo and behold, their solution is give all the money to corporations and we'll worry about you guys later. I love that the teachers are saying, no, you'll worry about us right the hell now. Okay, that's supposed to be the fighting spirit of West Virginia. And finally, if you don't know, there's a little known fact. Governor Jim Justice recently switched from Democrat to Republican because otherwise he would have been a Justice Democrat and we wouldn't have it, so we kicked him out.
I'll look into that. Fact check that one.
All right, there's some chance that's not true. If you become a member of the Young Turks, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
So do it right now, tytnetwork.com/join. Get the whole Young Turks show every day.